is currently a Micron entity Catania, Italy. The Catania plant in Sicily employs 5,000 staff and hosts several R&D centers and divisions, focusing on flash memory technologies as well as 2 fabs. The plant was launched in 1961 by ETS to supply under licensing to RCA of the US and initially using germanium. The site's 2 major wafer fabs are a 200mm, 8-in, fab, opened in April 1997 by then Italian Prime Minister Romano Prodi, and a 300mm, 12-in, fab that has never been completed and which was transferred in its current state to Numanix in 2008. Caserta, Italy. STMicroelectronics and SIM production facility for embedded form factor ESIM. 1. Kirkop, Malta. As of 2010, ST employed some 1,500 people in Kirkop, making it the largest private sector employer, and the country's leading exporter. 10. Singapore. In 1970, SGS created its first assembly back-end plant in Singapore, in the area of Toa Payoh. Then in 1981, SGS decided to build a wafer fab in Singapore. The Singapore technical engineers have been trained in Italy, and the fab of STMicroelectronics started to produce its first wafers in 1984. Converted up to 200mm, 8-in, fab. This is now an important 200mm, 8-in, wafer fab of the group. STMicroelectronics also hosts some design centers. The site currently employs 6,000 staff. Update 2012, Numanix JV, with Intel, is acquired by Micron in 2010. As such, AMK8 fab, 200mm HVM fab, is currently a Micron entity. AMK5 and AMK6 remains to be STM entities. Update 2019, AMK8 has been reacquired by STM from Micron. Tunis, Tunisia. Application, design and support. About 110 employees. Divisions, MCD. Boscora, Morocco. Founded in 1979 as a radio frequency products facility, the Boscora site now hosts back-end manufacturing activity, which includes chip testing and packaging. Other sites. Administrative headquarters. Geneva, Switzerland, corporate headquarter which hosts most of the ST top management. It totals some 100 of employees. Saint-Genès-Bouilly, France, near Geneva, a few hundred of employees. Headquarters for logistics. Paris, marketing and support. Regional headquarters. Coppell, Texas, U.S. headquarters. Singapore, headquarters for the Asia-Pacific region. Tokyo, headquarters for Japan and Korea operations. Shanghai, headquarters for China operations. 11. Assembly plants. Malta, in 1981, SGS Thomson, now STMicroelectronics, built its first assembly plant in Malta. STMicroelectronics is, as of 2008, the largest private employer on the island, employing around 1,800 people. Muar, Malaysia, around 4,000 employees. This site was built in 1974 by Thomson and is now an assembly plant. Xinjiang, Guangdong Province, China, near Hong Kong. In 1994, ST and the Xinjiang Electronics Group signed a partnership to construct and jointly operate an assembly plant. ST has majority with 60%. The plant is located in Fusion Free Trade Zone and became operational in 1996. It has around 3,300 employees. A new assembly plant is built in Longgang since 2008, and closed up till 2014. The R&D, design, Sales and Marketing Office located in the high-tech industrial park in Nanshan District. Calamba City, in the province of Laguna, Philippines. In 2008, ST acquired this plant from NXP Semiconductors. Initially as part of joint venture with NXP, but later acquired the whole share, turning it into a full-fledged STMicroelectronics assembly and testing plant. Currently it employs 2,000 employees. Design Centers. Cairo, Egypt, Hardware and Software Design Center, started in 2020, with 50 employees. Rabat, Morocco, a design center that employs 160 people. Naples, Italy, a design center employing 300 people. Nix, Italy, HW and SW Design Center, which hosts 20 researchers in the Advanced System Technology Group. Angmo KIO, Singapore. In 1970, SGS created its first assembly back-end plant in Singapore, in the area of Topeo. Then in 1981, SGS decided to build a wafer fab in Singapore. The Singapore technical engineers have been trained in Italy, and the fab of Angmo KIO started to produce its first wafers in 1984. Converted up to 8-inch, 200 mm, fab, size is now an important 8-inch, 200 mm, wafer fab of the ST Group. Angmo KIO also hosts design centers for various groups. Greater Noida, India. The Noida site was launched in 1992 to conduct software engineering activities. A Silicon Design Center was inaugurated on the 14th of February, 1995. With 120 employees, it was the largest design center of the company outside Europe at the time. In 2006, the site was shifted to Greater Noida for further expansion. The site hosts mainly design teams. It is now primarily involved with the design of home video products, set-top box, DVD, GPS and wireless LAN chips, and accompanying software. Worldwide data center support is also transferred to Greater Noida in 2004. The employee strength in Greater Noida is around 2,000. This also includes employees of ST Ericsson. Santa Clara, California, Silicon Valley, United States, 120 staff in marketing, design and applications. La Jolla, California, San Diego, United States, 80 staff in design and applications. Lancaster, Pennsylvania, US, application, support, and marketing. Prague, Czech Republic, 100 to 200 employees. Application, design and support. Tunis, Tunisia, 110 employees. Application, design and support. Sofia Antipolis, near Nice, France, design center with a few hundred employees. Edinburgh, Scotland, 200 staff focused in the field of imaging and photon detection. Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. In 1993, SGS Thomson purchased the semiconductor activities of Nortel, which owned in Ottawa an R&D center and a fab. The fab was closed in 2000. However, a design, R&D center and sales office is operating in the city. Toronto, Ontario, Canada. HW and SW Design Center primarily involved with the design of video processor ICs as part of ST's TVM division. Palermo, Sicily, Italy, Design Center. Bangalore, India, HW and SW Design Center employing more than 250 people, including the employees of ST Ericsson and Genesis Microchip. Zaventem, Belgium, 100 employees. Design and Application Center. Closed in 2013. Helsinki, Finland, Design Center. Turku, Finland, Design Center. Oulu, Finland, Design Center. Tampere, Finland, Design Center. Longmont, Colorado, USA, Design Center. Graz, Austria, NFC Competence Center. 12. Closing sites. The Phoenix, Arizona 8-inch, 200 mm, fab. The Carrollton, Texas 6-inch, 150 mm, fab, and the Ain Sabara Morocco fab are beginning ramp-down plans, and are destined to close by 2010. 13. The Casablanca, Morocco site consists of 2 assembly parts, Bascora and Ain Sabara, and totals around 4,000 employees. It was opened in the 1960s by Thomson. The Bristol, United Kingdom site employing well over 300 at its peak, in 200.5, but was ramped down to approx. 150 employees at close by early 2014. The Ottawa, Ontario, Canada plant, approximate 450 employees, will close down by 2013. 14. Closed sites. Rennes, France hosted a 6-inch, 150 mm, fab and was closed in 2004. Rancho Bernardo, California, a 4-inch, 100 mm, fab created by Nortel and purchased by SGS Thomson in 1994, after which it was converted into a 6-inch, 150 mm, fab in 1996. SGS's first presence in the US was a sales office based in Phoenix in the early 1980s. Later under SGS Thomson, an 8-inch, 200 mm, fab was completed in Phoenix in 1995. The company's second 8 fab after Crolles 1, the site was first dedicated to producing microprocessors for Cyrix. On the 10th of July, 2007, ST said that it would close this site, and in July 2010 the shell of the Phoenix PF1 fab was bought by Western Digital Corporation. 13. The Carrollton, Texas site was built in 1969 by Mostek, an American company founded by former employees of Texas Instruments. In 1979, Mostek was acquired by United Technologies, which sold it to Thomson Semiconductors in 1985. Initially equipped with a 4-inch, 100 mm, fab, it was converted into a 6-inch, 150 mm, fab in 1988. The Colorado Springs activities of British company Inmos were transferred to Carrollton in 1989 following its acquisition by SGS Thomson. Since then the site has been refocused to wafer testing. On July 10, 2007, ST announced it would close this fab, and it was finally closed in 2010. 13. Bristol, UK. This R&D site housed the British company Inmos, which in 1978 began development of the famous transputer microprocessor. The site was acquired with Inmos in 1989, and was primarily involved with the design of home video and entertainment products, for example set-top box, GPS chips, and accompanying software. At its peak the site employed more than 250 employees. The site officially closed on the 31st of March, 2014. 15. Future locations. On the 8th of August, 2007, ST bought Nokia's microchip development team and plans to invest heavily in development of cellular ASIC applications. The purchase included Nokia's ASIC team in Southwood, UK, and the company plans several sites in Finland. 16, 17, 18. See also: Altitude Sea Test European Platform, ASTEP. Interuniversity Microelectronics Center, IMEC. Numanix. ST Ericsson. List of semiconductor fabrication plants. STM8. STM32. STMicroelectronics Small Shareholders Group, STM.S.S.G. In French, Collectif Autonome Démocratique de STMicroelectronics, CAD-ST. References.
Yes. So I did finish this. Was last edit a few days ago. So let's there was a lot of office all around the whole world. So next is NXP Semiconductors. But it's 3 p.m. I feel a little bit hungry, so I think I will cook some hot food. So let's just stop the video to save the power a little bit, then I will read the next one. I just cook some hot food. I'll do that recording Dennis. Some rice and baked beans. I have to eat some all this food there. I have to eat it before it's getting old.